We're not.
All right, everybody, how are we doing today? My name's John Medler. I've been an activist with Shiva since 2017. We've been great friends since then, since me and a bunch of my student friends helped organize a free speech rally where Shiva was our key speaker. Charlie Baker and the Mass GOP colluding with the Democrats and the media, they demonized us as neo-Nazis because we believe in free speech. We believe in open dialogue as an alternative to the political violence we saw rising in this country. They demonized us as neo-Nazis because we had people from all over the political spectrum very intolerant of us. But Shiva was our key speaker, and when they brought the media heat, when they had 40,000 people protesting against us, all of our other speakers dropped out except for Shiva. So you want to know who's the real deal, who's actually in this fight for truth, freedom, and health? Look for someone who stands his ground when the heat gets tough. That's Dr. Shiva. And other people were saying, oh, he's just doing it to promote his campaign. Who the hell promotes their campaign by being called a neo-Nazi? That's never been politically advantageous for anyone. No, he took the hit because he's the real deal. And he's the genuine article. And he's going to fight the Mass GOP who are corrupt, who collude with the establishment. We actually recently got a letter from the Mass GOP. They just sent out a letter where they described the different candidates. They called Shiva, but when they described Shiva, I'm amazed they even mentioned him. Usually they don't even mention him, but they described him as an Indian American, which you might think that's not so bad. I mean, he was born in India, became an American, but they didn't describe the other guy as an Irish American. If they wrote a letter about me, they wouldn't describe me as German American. I'm 50% German by extraction. But they called Shiva an Indian American, hyphenated American, rather than just an American, because they want to paint the picture that he's not one of us. They want to say he's not a real Republican because he won't kiss the ring of Charlie Baker. They want to say he's not a real Republican because in protest of their corruption, we ran as an independent campaign last time. We are a hell of a lot more Republican than any of these establishment Mass GOP hacks.
That's right.
We believe in Republican values. We believe in hard work. We believe in working people. We believe in genuine. What are these people? They call themselves conservatives. What do these people actually conserve? Nothing. They don't conserve anything. We want to conserve and celebrate what makes this country great. We want to enhance it. We want more education. We want more infrastructure. We want more freedom. So in a way, we're both for like genuine progress. We're more progressive than the progressives. We're more conservative than conservatives. We're beyond left and right. We're bringing people together. We are the genuine campaign for real Americans here in Massachusetts. And we've got a message for the fake Republicans and the Mass GOP. We're coming for you.
That's right.
We are going to war against the Mass GOP establishment, and we are going to rip that nomination out of their hands. They just want to pick some guy. They picked him out of the blue. We're not even going to mention him because he doesn't even matter. They're just some lawyer that they're going to use as a pawn. I don't even want to attack this guy because I feel like I'm punching down. It feels kind of mean. They just picked this guy out of the woodwork. The real enemy is the Mass GOP establishment that are pulling the strings. They just want to coronate their guy that they're going to control. We're not going to let them coronate anybody. We, the people, are going to rise up, and we are going to take that nomination for U.S. Senate, whether they like it or not.
Yes.
And believe me, they're not going to like it. Oh, they're not going to like it. They are going to have a cow when we take that nomination. We've got all the billboards on the highways. We're getting our TV ads on TV. We got our ads on radio, most of which I made, by the way, because working people are actually creating stuff for this campaign, and we've got working people donating to this campaign. Everything you see on TV, on the billboards, all these signs that people are holding, this was all paid for by the small donations of working people. We don't have any PAC money. We don't have any big money from the GOP establishment, from their rich donors. It's all about working people giving small donations and giving their time to this campaign.
Shiva!
Shiva! Shiva! Shiva! Shiva! Shiva! So without further ado, the man who is going to destroy the corrupt Mass GOP establishment, who is going to help us take over this party back for real Republicans, Dr. Shiva Ayyadurai.
Right, that's right. We got to win. We got to win on September 1st, 2020. The Mass GOP are a bunch of losers. They do not want to win. They have destroyed what it means to be an American in this state. They have destroyed what republicanism really meant. They're losers. Charlie Baker is a big freaking loser. Okay? The Mass GOP are a bunch of losers. They're the mask GOP. MASKKK GOP. Okay? That's what they are. They want racism. They want to separate black and white. That's why they called me an Indian American. No one else was called any of that. In fact, they were referring to the guy Sarnayev. They didn't call him, I don't know where he's, Azerbaijani American. They didn't call the Lion, Jim Lyons, whatever, an English American. But I was called an Indian American. Why? It may seem subtle, as John said. It's a dog whistle. It's to separate white people, white working people, from all the other people. And this is what they do. They want to separate us. But this campaign, you look around here, this campaign is about bringing working people together. It's about beyond black and white. It's beyond left and right. It's about uniting working people. And that's what they don't want us to do. They know that their economy that they have created is not based on sweat and hard work. It isn't, is it? It's based on moving around money, lawyers writing up bogus contracts, moving around money, printing money. They just printed $6.2 trillion. And they gave some people a little bit to keep them quiet. They have another $4.2 trillion sitting in the Fed to buy back companies which should never even be around. They're failed companies. Their economy is failing. It's a fake economy which they run, owned by Dunkin' Donuts, Amazon, right? Walmart, all those guys were open. Who was closed? The small business person. We lost 38 million jobs in this country. 600 billionaires made trillions in 2 months. Think about that. And that was brought to you by the quote-unquote liberal elite in this country. That's what it was brought to you by. And the center of that liberal elite is Massachusetts. The Kennedy clan, the Clinton-Kennedy clan, KKK. That's who they are. And the center of that is Massachusetts. Charlie Baker and the Mass GOP are the center of that. They never wanted Trump to win. Baker never wanted Trump to win. He said that he was going to not vote for Trump. Baker is the one who's leading the entire bullshit mask initiative. The big pharma companies are located in Kendall Square. Partners in Health got the grant for contact tracing, part of Charlie Baker. The entire filth of the deep state is in the 1 mile radius between MIT and Harvard. And this election is one of the most dangerous events, probably the most dangerous events to the elite. Because you know why? I got this MIT PhD and I'm not loyal to them. I'm loyal to you and you and you and you and you and the working people in this country. Because that's where I come from and I never will forget where I came from. Like all of us never will. These people were brought with silver spoons. They've never worked. Everything was given to them. Joe Kennedy, everything given to him. Markey, Malarkey, never worked a day in his life. Can anyone tell me one thing he's done? Nothing. Can anyone tell me what Joe Kennedy's done? Nothing. What's that? What's that? They stand in the way of progress. They're not progressives. But we are truly progressives and we are truly conservatives, as John just referred to. We want real progress. We don't want the past. We want to move into the future. But we believe in those important foundational values, which are what? The First Amendment, the Second Amendment, and so on, the Constitution. We believe in hard work. Every one of us here, either yourself or your parents or your grandparents or your grandparents' grandparents, left some injustice somewhere to come here. Because this was a country where you had freedom. Freedom, freedom, freedom. What they are doing with these mask-wearing fake science bullshit and with forced vaccinations is to force the American worker to put a gun to his head. If you do not do this, this, and this, we will not allow you to work. That's called slavery. I'm telling you, it's no hyperbole. That is called slavery. And the question before us that always faces people is, are you going to accept freedom or slavery? That's what it's about. Freedom. Freedom. That's what it's about. If you see a video I just put up there with a 102-year-old veteran, 102-year-old veteran. He was in a foxhole for 12 days. He fought with General Patton. And I asked him, what is the most important thing? What did he say? Freedom. Without freedom, you have nothing. You got nothing. And freedom has to be based on truth. Okay? Because from truth, then you get to health. But the freedom we have today is under serious, serious jeopardy because it's being based on fake science and fake news. And both of those are two very, very evil combinations. They are forcing people to get forced vaccinated. That's where this is headed. And it's not just some conspiracy, it's about money. The pharmaceutical industry is burning to the ground. Their pharmaceutical drugs, people are moving away from them. They're losing money. We can sue pharma companies. So they need to move to vaccines. Because vaccines, you can't sue the vaccine manufacturer. They don't need to go through as much regulatory framework. And the Kennedys made sure that you can't sue these guys because you have to go to a vaccine court. You see what I'm saying? And so if you're a person wanting to go into business, wow, this is pretty good. I get to make stuff. I get to make stuff, and that stuff, I have no liability. Imagine Toyota could make cars, and if the wheels fell off, they're not liable. That is what is going on. So they have a business model, which is to make sure all of us are forced vaccinated. And this is not about pro or anti-vaccine. This is about liberty, and this is about a bunch of greedy people, Gates, Fauci, Zuckerberg. It's about big tech in collusion with big academia, in collusion with big pharma, big insurance, etc. And they want to make all of us slaves. I'm telling you, this is, look, 300 years ago, 250 years ago, there was a guy who wore a crown, thought he had the direct connection to God. And all of us were just peasants. Do you remember that? Nothing has changed because those people, when they lost power in 1776, like the Bakers, like the Welds, and so on, they were so upset that for 250 years they've been trying to get back into power to put us back into slavery. And that's what this election is about. This election is about truth, freedom, and health versus power, profit, and control. 2020, mark my words, will go down as one of the most important inflection points in world history. And our election will be a centerpiece of that. That's why we must win, because there's never been a movement like ours. Never. Look, Donald Trump did something really important. He was a disruptor. But our movement has serious political theory, serious depth to it. And all of us are learning that depth, that the interconnection between freedom, truth, and health, and freedom, truth, and health. If you're not strong, you can't fight. If you got, by the way, I don't know if you know, the military can't get enough people because of the obesity rates. Did you know that? An article just came out. National security in the United States is under serious threat because of the health of young people. We don't have strong kids. So how can you defend yourself? You follow what I'm saying? This is a serious issue in this country. They want to make people sick. It's not like people want to be sick. Dirty air, dirty water, dirty food. That's what the Mass GOP and Charlie Baker brought out. Massachusetts has the worst infrastructure in the United States. The worst. 130 points out of 350 points by the American Society of Civil Engineers. What is infrastructure? Roads? Look at these roads. Look at them. Okay? The bridges, the water systems, and yet we're all paying 50 to 60% in taxes. The working people are getting screwed. The super wealthy don't pay any taxes. They can get private security. The thugs have a lot of weapons, and they can do what they want. We in the middle, who actually work and pay taxes and work hard, they want to defund the police from us. They want to take away the Second Amendment, so we get squeezed from both ends. Militarily, economically, socially, physically, emotionally. And I'm telling you, all of this is coming to a head. And the Mass GOP, which should have embraced someone like me, they should have embraced a real American. Because if anything, I'm truly, and like you, a real American. Bottoms up, worked hard. I did not lie to get into MIT like Elizabeth Warren, checked off that I was this. I'm a real Indian, not a fake Indian, okay? Even when I taught at MIT, I didn't take a salary. Elizabeth Warren took $350,000. I did it as a service. These people are scumbags. They are not Americans. I repeat, Charlie Baker is not an American. The Mass GOP leadership are not Americans because they would recognize another American, which are people right here. And so we have to recognize there is real Republicans, there are real Americans, and there are real working people, and they're right here. Charlie Baker knows nothing about work. His son molested a woman on the airplane, hidden under the rug. There are many of us. If we did anything like that, we have no second chance, right? They get away with murder, rape, and deceit. The Kennedys are an amazing example of that. This is not a country run by King Charlie Baker. This is not a country run by the aristocrats like the Kennedys. This is a country of working people. And so you're looking at someone who's one of you. I'm not an Indian American. I'm an American, right? That's who I am. Freedom, truth, freedom, and health. Truth, freedom, 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 health. That's what we're building here. On September 1st, we must win. We got to win, guys. There's no choice. And the Mass GOP establishment doesn't want us to win. They found some second-rate idiot, as they always do. Last time they found another idiot called Dirty Deal who photoshopped a picture with Trump. There's 3 hands in the picture because they wanted to fool all of you that there's a Trumper. That's what they do. These people are cheaters and liars. Have you had enough of them?
Yeah.
Have we had really enough of them?
Yeah.
Are we angry?
Yeah.
We should be damn angry.
Yeah.
Because these people do not want us to win. They're losers. You know why? They already got everything. They don't have to win. They don't have to win. They got 5, 10 homes. They got a $1 billion trust fund. They got everything. They own everything. They make all the laws. That's why these lawyer scumbags are 70% of them are in the U.S. Senate and Congress. And I have to use that word scumbags because unfortunately I get angry at these people. But that's how we working people talk, right? We don't mince words. So September 1st, you got to get out and vote. It's not about voting for, I have to run as a Republican because I believe in real republicanism. We need to take back what it means to be American. We got to take it back, right?
Yeah.
We got to take it back. And it's up to us. You got to tell 100 people to make sure they vote on September 1st. Because I'm telling you, these people play games. They got mail-in ballots. Charlie Baker loves mail-in ballots. He hasn't said anything because he wants to cheat. He's a big cheater. Cheater, cheater, cheater. That's what they do. But it's time for working people to unite. It's time for us to get angry. It's time for us to go all out to win. We got to win. We got to win, right? We must win. We have no choice. And when you have no choice, you win. We got to win. So September 1st, what are we going to do?
Vote.
What are we going to do September 1st?
Vote.
For who?
Shiva.
What are we going to do September 1st?
Vote for Shiva.
I can't hear you.
Vote for Shiva.
Vote. Shiva for Senate September 1st. We got to win. Look at all of us. We're not hanging out at the Hamptons, right? Wearing our masks. We're here on our day off fighting for this country. They are not even campaigning. They don't campaign. They send out some mailers. They steal mailing lists. That's what they do. We're doing it the right way. That's why we must win. And everyone listening out there, recognize this. Worcester is one of the most important towns in Massachusetts. This is the heartland of Massachusetts. This is where working people are. So let's set an example right here. We want to get 100, 200,000 votes right out of here to win. And it can be done by all of us just working our butts off because that's the American way. That's the American way, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That's right. That's how we win. We don't cheat. We don't lie. We work, we work, we work. We set a goal and we win. All right, let's win, win, win. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Be well. All right.